hello, it's me, IAmKNicole podcast, and I'm your host, Nicole. So we are just going to jump right into our recap. Honestly, we only have one thing to talk about with this recap, and that is my new formula book. So we have Smudge Cosmetics, The Secret Sauce, out right now. I mean, it's not out, but you can pre-order it right now. And I'm really excited about it. You know, it's been a long time coming. I've been thinking about this. I've been planning it. I've been working on it. We've been making sure that we have everything together and it's finally here. So I'm excited. You know how you work on something for so long and you've been staring at it for so long and trying to put it out for so long and you just keep going back and forth with yourself about it. Yeah, I did that for a long time. So we're finally here. Formula book is out now for pre-order. It's going to launch officially on May 15th. So if you're interested, I would highly recommend to pre-order it because it's on sale. It's only $15. I've been saying like this. I wish that there was something like this out when I started my lip gloss business because I just feel like I didn't know what I was doing, you know? And there were like different vendors lists and different things out, but nobody really wanted to share the secret sauce. Nobody wanted to share the formula. So I put this book together and it's going to give you everything you need to get started. I have all the links for you guys to all the stuff that I use for my personal business. I have, you know, a video for y'all showing you guys the step-by-step when it comes to mixing. We're talking tips, we're talking tricks, we're talking, you know, things that I've learned over the past year and a half when it comes to my business, when it comes to making lip gloss, and just how I was really able to maximize my formula and make the money that I'm making today. So it really starts with the formula, the consistency. That's kind of like what people will come back to you for, you know, and the loyal shoppers right now are the ones that's keeping my business going. So we put this together and I put my heart into it. Me and my mom, we kind of worked on it together. So check it out. That's the only update that I have. I kind of just realized, you know, I can't cater to every single one of my supporters individually. I got super overwhelmed, you know, with Wholesale and trying to mix up all this lip gloss. There's just so many people in the world and I can't do it all, you know. So if I can't talk to each one of you individually or, you know, physically help you, you will still have a piece of me with this book. You will have all the knowledge that I have. And I think that is really just beneficial if you're just starting out. And even if you're not just starting out, if you're feeling like you're stuck, you're feeling like you don't know what to do next when it comes to your formula, this is for you. Okay. Let me help you. And it's going to be just at your fingertips. So you don't even have to contact me. I'm trying to be, you know, as open as possible. And I think we were able to nail it down on the head, you know. So I think that this is going to be good for y'all. I'm so excited to actually launch it and get everyone's feedback about it because I just want to hear your feedback. That's another thing. I have reviews up on my website now. You can leave a review if you've ever shopped with me, but I've been enjoying just like going through and reading all of your reviews and hearing that you guys actually really like the formula, your customers like it. That just makes me feel good. That makes me feel like I'm getting my job done the right way. So check it out. The Secret Sauce down below. I'll have it linked. You can pre-order it. I think the most exciting part about it is the video. Like just to, you know, have this exclusive video that nobody else has seen where I'm just sitting down talking to you guys and giving y'all all the tea. You know, I think that's the best part because I feel like a lot of people put a book out and it's just like, oh my God, I have to read all this stuff. But I know like some people are visual learners or some people have to hear it and see it. I'm kind of like that too, coming from a more artistic background. I like to have the notes and I like to hear you say it and I like to hear, you know, your extra input and feedback too. So hopefully this can help you guys. If you have a lip gloss business or you want to start a lip gloss business and you don't know where to start, this is for you. So yeah, the secret sauce is out. It's available for pre-order, like I said. And that's really all that I have for the recap. Honestly and truly, we celebrating because we got a whole digital book out. This is the first of very many. We're already kind of like planning the next couple of ones because y'all are already asking more questions. The questions never end. The questions are always coming in and I'm trying to put stuff out that answers all of your questions because I can't answer all of you guys directly all the time, but I still want y'all to have the information. I still want to help y'all. I still want to be that asset for y'all. So yeah, that's where this came from. I know it was kind of like surprise. Like I didn't talk about it because I have this thing where I like to talk, and then y'all will never see it. Like it's weird with me. It's like I get stuff done, but I also like to talk and I want to do all these things and I have all these dreams and aspirations, but a lot of that stuff hasn't been done yet. So I was like, we're not going to talk about it. We're going to be about it and we're not going to say nothing until it's done. So it's here. Now we're going to talk about it. So yeah, the link is down below if you're interested. I love you guys so much. Like without your support, without you guys, telling me that I'm inspiring you, I'm helping you, my videos are helping you, I would not be where I am today. And I probably would not have put this book out if it wasn't for y'all. So thank y'all. I love y'all. And we're just going to jump right into the show. We're having tipsy vibes today. As you can see, we got the whole setup because we're celebrating. So I got my girl in the building. My girl is here again. She might as well co-host at this point because
hello.
No introduction needed. Okay. Right. We're just gonna jump right in. Y'all know whenever it's me and her, it's gonna be a good time. So I hope y'all are ready for wherever this conversation goes.
Okay.
Because I don't know where it's going, seriously, but we're gonna go somewhere. We got our hookah here. We got a little cocktail here. It's 3:30 in the morning, probably almost 4 at this point. We up for y'all, okay? We want to make sure we got the podcast out for y'all. It has been a long day. Y'all know we're always working. So yeah, we're just gonna jump right in because apparently we got a little tea to talk about today. Apparently we have a little tea that we want to discuss today. Oops, she said, let me just
Let me prepare myself real quick.
Let me prepare myself really quickly. I mean, the conversation that we kind of already started having before we started recording is really getting me excited to talk about it. So yeah, we're just going to jump right in. Y'all know Devin's in the building. Devin's always in the building. Shout out to, as if y'all can see him. Shout out to Devin Gaston Productions for producing the podcast. Make sure y'all follow him. All his links are down below. Apparently, he has a question for us that we're going to get started with. So, I mean, we're just going to jump right in.
With that first question?
We're going to jump right in with that first question, producer, because let me know. Just let me know. Smoking Fire and Desire Hookah. Make sure you check them out. I have a link down below for y'all. Y'all can use code IAmKNicole. Save 10% on your purchase. Y'all know we like hookah around here. So, I mean, it just is what it is. We got to have our situations. I feel like the lights with the smoke, y'all really have to be watching on YouTube to like get the full experience. Yeah, like if you're listening, you're not getting that full effect that we want y'all to get.
Unless you like, what is it?
Just the audio. You just like listening.
No.
ASMR.
There we go. Because I was about to get them letters messed up.
Oh God, what you gonna? No, I don't even know what you. I don't even want to say. I don't even want to know what you about to say because we already done been drinking and laughing and everything. So we can't even do it. We can't even do it. Literally. But the hookahs are lit, so go check them out. All right. I don't know if I'm quite prepared for
Devin's question.
I don't know if I'm exactly prepared, but I'm ready to jump in. Basically, today we're kind of talking about life in general, but specifically like gender roles, relationships, perspective, mindset, expectations, all of that good stuff. Yeah.
Devin, it's your turn.
Are y'all ready?
I don't know.
Right. y'all done had time to prepare, man.
All right, come on, hit me.
All right.
Wow, like 5 seconds.
Right, like
5 seconds.
We just started talking before we started recording. Go ahead, hit us with it.
All right, so as far as like school, like well, particularly high school, because that's like where you like grow up. You know what I'm saying? But so like for high school, like in these 3 categories: academics, relationships. This can be like friends, like boyfriends, like any relationship in high school, and extracurriculars. That's like anything outside of school, like doing like camp stuff, or it's like anything outside of school.
Mm-hmm.
It can be like sports or like cheerleading, whatever, but like nothing academics. But as far as those three things, what's one thing that you wish you would have known in those three areas during high school?
Kori.
I mean, academics, I feel like when you get to college, it's like academics are important, but you know how everyone says it's just like the employers are not going to be looking at your GPA. They're not going to be like wondering if you got an A or a B in this class or that class, you know?
I would hope not.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, you always want to do your best, but I think that I put a lot of extra pressure on myself when I was in high school because I always wanted to be the best. And that's just how I was raised. Like, go above and beyond, and that's it. But at the same time, that kind of put me in the space that I'm in today where I'm just always working and always trying to be the best and always trying to do the next best thing. And sometimes that just lets you get super overwhelmed. So I remember, you know, when I got to college, I know we're talking about high school, but high school is where I was like, I was grinding. I was doing my thing. I was trying to be the best. I was trying to be I was in the top 10, you know, I was trying to do all that. I was trying to be that girl. But when I got to college, I was just like, I was giving my all, giving my all, giving my all, and then nothing, you know? So it's like, you come from this background of thinking, oh, I did good in high school, so I'm going to do good here too. That's not always the case. And I think I put a lot of pressure on myself. I was like going insane low key. Like my mental health was not okay when I first got to college because I had these unrealistic expectations, I think. So I think that if I would have known in high school that, yeah, do your best, but do what you can do. Like you can't overexert yourself all the time and think that that's going to be sustainable for 4 years of your life or even more. Because I feel like what I learned really in college, that's the same mindset that I have today. Mm-hmm. So I think that it all started back when I was in high school because that was all that I knew. So I'm like, girl, if you would have just took a breather that one time, maybe you wouldn't be such a workaholic. Maybe you wouldn't have gotten into this whole, you know, I got to be the best all the time and not really letting myself fail. Like when I was in high school, we were not failing, okay? Mm-hmm. We was not getting an F on anything. And I just think that's unrealistic when you're in the real world. It's just like, you're not gonna be good at everything. You're gonna have to fail at some point in life. And I think when I first got to college, I didn't know how to deal with that because I had never dealt with that before. So it was real. It was like a culture shock. I was like, dang, like, am I not good enough? Like, I had all these things going through my mind. I'm just like, wow, that was kind of toxic energy, right? Like, dang.
Yeah. I would say for me, academically, I was the complete opposite. I was the complete opposite. Only because it's just like, I didn't take school serious as I should have, even throughout, like, college. So in high school, it was just like I thought I was doing good. Like I could have sworn up until like senior year. I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I have a 3.0. Da 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 da. Went to the counselors. Like, sis, you have a 2.7. I said 2.7. I've been passing all my classes like A's and B's. No, not at all. But I've never failed anything. So that was my thing. Like, as long as I passed, but I didn't take it serious enough because it's just like, I passed. That's all that matters. So it was just like, that was it. But I remember in Miss Moon's class.
Oh, God, Moon. Shout out Moon. Moon's
class. This was my first ever, like, AP class. First of all, I told my previous teacher I did not want to be an AP. I did not. Like, I was just like.
I remember this so vividly because I was like, how did we end up in the same class?
Hello? Like, she come on now. Like, I was just like, no, it's like me, you, Jacob, like, everybody in that class. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Then we had these word power tests from these freaking big words or whatever. And I remember this was going to be the first class I ever failed. And I've never really failed a class ever in my life. So I just felt like that was like the biggest toll. I remember sitting at the desk, mentally having a breakdown. Like, I'm sitting there crying because I'm like, bro, I'm really about to fail this class and I've never failed a class before. And that's when it was just like, okay, I have to take this serious. I mean, I passed the class, but when I also knew that I had a goal of graduating with a 3.0, that's what I did. The counselor told me, oh, you have to make all A's, and that's what I did. I made all A's. But once you kind of get yourself in a situation where it's just like, dang, I thought I was doing really good. Turns out you're really not, since you're doing the bare minimum. You're doing the bare minimum. Seriously. And then the only reason why I went to college is because I didn't want to be categorized as someone who didn't do anything, like being a bum, staying at home, working, and don't go to school at all. So once Kori, Jacob, Kim, all of them told me that they was going to school, I was like, okay, I got to go to school too. So we was like applying to the same school. I remember I applied to Georgia Southern knowing dang well, I'm like, sis, you're not going to get accepted, but because they're applying, you apply too, because we're not doing that. I did not want to go to college. I did not, but I just also didn't want to have that just stereotype of just like, you're not doing nothing with your life, X, Y, and Z. Like, I just had to go. So I ended up going to college. It got to the point where I stopped caring about school, because once my GPA got down, because I had a 3.2. Then it went down to like a 2.7. A 2.9. Started taking summer classes. I was in school back to back to back because I still had that goal of like, I have to maintain my 3.0. Mm-hmm. Once it got to the point where I couldn't, I said, bump it. Like, I was like, this is just not it. And even throughout college, I just did not take it serious enough. Like, until I started my own business, it's just like, okay, maybe I should have ventured out and actually participated in things, because when it came to like business, marketing, it's very interesting because I'm willing to learn more. I majored in psychology. It was cool because I like helping people, X, Y, and Z. I was able to relate to it more, but that's not something I really cared to do. So now that I graduated, it's just like, dang, I really wish I took school more serious, but I didn't. So now it's just like, you need to kind of be like Kori and buckle down. Like, if you have goals, you need to make sure you achieve those goals. But me, I didn't have any goals. I just made sure I didn't fail. I just always did like the bare minimum.
Yeah.
So I heard like two things like between what y'all said. So like one of y'all are like one of y'all like talking about caring too much for school and like caring not enough. So like so like coming into college and graduating, do you feel like college was necessary?
For me to be at the point that I'm in now, yes. Only because it allowed me to meet new people, network, and just start doing things that I've never done before. Because in high school, going to your third perspective, like extracurricular activities, I didn't do that. I just did yearbook. I ain't play no sports. I've always wanted to be a cheerleader since like third grade, but it's expensive. And then like where I was from, like I was staying with my grandmother, so she couldn't do that financially. So it was just like, I was so stuck in being in the house, I didn't care to do those extra things because I know financially it would have been a problem. So it's just like, So when I went to college, it was like a brand new start for me. So it was just like, I personally felt like it was necessary for me to be the person I am today, as well as where I am right now. So for personal growth, yes. But as far as a piece of paper, depending on what you're going to do with that piece of paper, of course. But nowadays, you can learn anything that you want on the internet. So,
yeah. I mean, I feel like it was necessary for me because, like I said, I was just used to just being good at everything, and that's not real life. So I had to go through those lessons. I had to overcome those things. I had to step out of my comfort zone, because me not understanding something, like me giving my all to something and putting, hours and hours into something and still not really seeing the growth that I thought I was going to see, I was not okay with that. So I think I had to go through those experiences and learn that specifically, because I'm like, once you get in the real world, shit just gonna come at you. Like, it's gonna come at you left and right. It's not gonna be what you plan. It's not gonna be what you can handle sometimes. And I just feel like if I didn't go to college, and if I didn't go to the college that I went to, I feel like I would not be able to handle a lot of the things that are coming at me today. So yeah, I think it was necessary. And I mean, I still had that same mentality. Like, I'm still going to be the best at whatever I'm doing. I just kind of had to get over that hump that I met at that first quarter in college. That first quarter was rough. And I mean, everyone's like, oh, this is going to be the fun time. This is when, you know, you're meeting new people. It's a new space. You know, I'm like, I was miserable that first quarter.
Yeah, I didn't start like actually going out of my room or like hanging out with people until like the end of my sophomore year, beginning junior year, to be honest. Because again, like before, I was just so enclosed. I like to be by myself. I didn't really care to venture out and meet new people because I'm like, I don't speak to people first. Yeah. Honestly and truly, like people, if I know you, of course I'm gonna speak to you. But if I don't know you from a can of paint, I'm not speaking to you. But to really answer your question, Devin, in my perspective, do as you choose. Do as you choose. But my mom has always told me that if you go to college and you don't finish, that's okay because at least you say you can try it. A lot of people say that school is not for them because of their experience in high school. You know, so I feel like it just depends on your end goal. Like me going to freaking college, it was just like I wanted to do something, but I didn't know what it was. Yeah. I started meeting new people, started venturing out. I initially majored in freaking nursing because a lot of people, you know, was in my head like, oh, you know, you always have a job, you'll make money, but I knew that's not what I wanted to do. So I went my second best thing, which was digital media, which I should have stuck with, but was digital media because in my spare time, at the time, I was doing YouTube, making like banners, all these type of graphics. So that's what I was interested in. And then I got to programming. I looked around. I said, nope, this is not for me. So I went to psychology, which was my very first thing I went to. But a lot of people, you're not going to make money. You're not going to do X, Y, and Z. So it's just like you have all these people in your head telling you what to do and what not to do. But you really have to do what's best for you. So if you feel like going to college is going to be beneficial, then go to college. But at some point while you're in college and you feel like this is not it, then drop out. Respectfully, just really drop out because you're just you're just gonna keep like wasting money because a friend that I know, he went to school, he knew school wasn't for him, he dropped out. Now this man is making so much money doing like e-commerce, Airbnb, X, Y, and Z because he knew he wanted to live a certain lifestyle and he knew he wasn't going to do that through college. So it's just your goal. You got to go through it. If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, it's not. You just got to think about what you want to do and your end goal and how you're going to achieve it. So, yeah. It could be necessary. It don't have to be necessary, but
I feel like that's another toxic part. They kind of like drilled that into us in high school. Like you're so smart. You have so much potential. You have to do this. You have to go to college. You have like college is not for everybody. And you know, I'm like, especially the school that we went to, I'm like, you have to have thick skin to get through that stuff, you know? So it's just not for everybody. And we know plenty of people that we look up to that never went to college. And they're better off. Like, I don't know. I feel like for me personally, it was worth it, yes, because I got all those experiences that I wanted because I just wanted the experience. Honestly, like I've been knew like I wanted to go to college. That was never a question. So
college wasn't even on my mind. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like,
yeah, I mean, like,
it's all just about having a plan, honestly.
And that I don't plan ahead. I go with the flow. So
I mean, but I feel like if you don't have like an idea, I feel like college is definitely a place to like figure out like yourself and like what you want to do.
Y'all couldn't tell me that I literally like going into college, I wanted to be a fashion buyer. Like I was just like, this is what I want to do. I love, you know, shopping. I love looking at trends. I love planning for the future. So I just knew up and down, like this is what I was going to want to do when I got out of school. And baby girl, whole plans changed. Whole plans completely changed. So,
and that happens.
It's like you can have a plan, but still go with the flow because you'll receive the signs. You'll see what you like, what you don't like. And then you'll know, like in your heart, you'll know when it feels right, when it doesn't feel right. So I was just like, you know, in order to become a buyer, you got to work your way up the totem pole. You got to go through all these hoops just to get there. And I'm like, is that really what I want to do? Like, do I really want to put in all this work to benefit somebody else's company that, you know, yeah, I might get a little recognition. Yeah, they might know my name, but I'm just an asset to y'all. Like, you know, my name is not in headlights, you know? So I was just like, I I like to be the center of attention. So we all know that. I like to be the center of attention. So I'm like, I kind of just want to do my own thing. I like to be in charge. I don't like being told what to do. None of that. So I'm like, girl, you're not going to make it. Realistically, I had to have like a real one-on-one with myself. Like, you're not going to make it on this path with this mentality that you have now. And you don't want to change your mentality because this is what you feel in your heart. This is what you have. Like, I just had to go with the flow at that point. I was like, look, I'm going to have my own business, multiple businesses. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take everything that I learned from college and I'm going to put that into myself. I'm not about to sit here and waste 10 years of my life trying to work my way up some totem pole just to say that, oh, I was a buyer for this huge brand, when knowing most of the time it's probably going to have a white CEO. Like, who am I? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, have a plan, but, go with the flow. But academics was one question, but then extracurricular. I feel like I've always wanted to be that girl that was like involved in stuff. My parents put me in stuff when I was young. Like I was a cheerleader when I was young. I was modeling when I was young. I was doing all this stuff. So I just always liked doing stuff in addition to school. And I kind of balanced it, really well when I was younger. And I don't know, when I went to high school, I was just like, I want to do it all. Like I want to be in clubs. I want to be in the band. I want to be a cheerleader. Like I kind of just wanted to do everything that I wanted because I wanted to experience. I'm all about experiences. I've learned that about me. Like, it doesn't have to be anything super crazy or fancy. I just want to say, hey, I did that, and it was good. I might have learned from it. I might have liked it. I might have hated it, whatever. But it's all about being able to say that you did certain things in your lifetime. So, yeah, I was a cheerleader. That was hard, but I did it. I wanted to do it, and I did it. And I was in band. I feel like band really just molded me into the person I was today. Like it was tough. I'm not even gonna lie. And I did not do marching band or any of that. I'm like, I just want to do concert band. I didn't even really want to do symphonic band. I don't think that was like the next level up. But he's just like, oh, you're so good. We're gonna put you in it. I'm just like, those were life lessons that I still utilize today. Like I still think about some of the things that we went through and how many hours we would be rehearsing and practicing, and I would be practicing in rehearsal, then got to go home and do more practice. Like just learning about work ethic, I guess that's kind of like what molded me into, yeah, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to work. I'm going to put in the work basically, and I'm going to be good at it. Like whatever it is, I'm going to be good at it. So I think that's something that I cherish. And that's why when I got to college, I'm like, yeah, I'm not at a traditional college. So obviously I'm not going to be cheering. I'm not going to be in band because we don't have any of that stuff. But whatever they do have to offer me, I'm going to do it. And it wasn't sports, but it was clubs and it was res life. I kind of just wanted to do things that were going to continue to push me to do those different things that maybe I would have never done, or experience things that on a normal day I just wouldn't do. Like res life really was the thing that pushed me in college. Like
same.
We had to do things that were just really way off for me. I'm like, I gotta do what now? We gotta do say what? Because I don't want to do this right now. And I just feel like without that, I don't think I would be the same person today. I really don't. I don't think that I would be so optimistic, so understanding, and kind of like able to take things as they come. Because I'm like, you're kind of like that point person for these people. You don't know these people. If they have an issue, if there's a crisis or whatever, like we're the first people that they just like offload all this information to. So I feel like that's kind of why I'm able to manage all the things that I'm able to manage. I'm like, I had people coming at me left and right, and I had to learn how to juggle that and how to be okay, because I have to always be the calm one. Like, for them.
You do.
So, I mean, I feel like that's a good life skill to have, dealing with crisis. Like, that literally was on my resume. They're like, you need to put this in your resume, like dealing with the crisis. We had a whole hurricane. People were having panic attacks, doing all that stuff. I had to be that peace of mind for this other person that's like freaking out. So,
right. And you'll be surprised of how many employers were actually residence assistants. Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
That's why it's always, if you ever become an RA, it's always good to put that on my your resume. But I didn't get to the point where Kori was until I got to college. Like, when I got to college, that's when I started participating in things. And that's something I wish, like, I had when I was in high school. Just that, like, the initiative, the drive, as well as the discipline and the confidence. Like, I was not confident in doing majority of the stuff that I did in college, which was running for homecoming queen, being a RA, like being a resident assistant, like that's just something I applied to. If it wasn't for one of the resident directors being like, okay, you know, we should give her like a try or whatever, because she was interested in like something that I did, then I really wouldn't be the person that I am. Like, some of the character traits that I have, like taking the initiative, being authoritative to people, telling people, like having that leadership role, because I was always like to myself. So it allowed me to actually reach out to people, start conversations, even if they're uncomfortable, because being in uncomfortable situations are going to allow you to grow, because it puts you in a perspective of what would you do. Yeah. And then, so I just really liked that in high school, was just like that confidence of wanting to do what I want to do. So when I got to college, so everybody's point in like doing what they want to do is different. Like, Kori was all about it in high school. Me, I didn't get to do it till like college. So everything takes time. Like, everybody's point of growth is going to be whenever you're ready to be like, okay, it's time to change. So when it came to that, it didn't take till college, because it's just like, I don't know these people don't know me. Like, you basically starting a whole new life, which I basically did. Like, I've gotten friendships that lasted years, and I'm surprised, because it's just like Kori and Jacob, Kim, that's all I knew, and I've known them for so long. So it's just like, I wasn't willing to make new friends because I got friends already. So
that part.
So being in college, it was just like a whole new light, especially socially. That's one thing I do appreciate about college, is just that social environment. That's one thing I actually miss. It's just being around people. It was convenient. It was fun. I mean, it had its ups and downs, but
that's real life.
Lacking confidence is really gonna like take a toll. Like, you're gonna miss out on a lot of opportunities if you don't have confidence and you're not willing to take the initiative. So
that's true. And then you mentioned relationships too, and then you kind of just touched on it, because I'm like, yeah, I thought that, you know, your real, quote unquote, real friends came in college, you know, like, you couldn't have told me that I would have stuck with the same couple of people that I was with in high school. Because I'm like, we're all about to go on our own separate paths. We're going different colleges. It's going to be crazy. We're going to move away. And that's a long time to kind of be away from people. But, you know, real recognize real, okay? Like, if y'all really ride for each other, if y'all really have a friendship, y'all are gonna stick. And I think that, you know, not to say that when we were in high school, we had that mentality like, oh my God, this is like temporary or anything. But I just don't think that at that time we really valued it that much. Like, we were kind of just living in the moment. We're going with the flow. We're doing whatever. We're having a good time now, but not really thinking about the future so much. So now that we're here, it's just like, wow, like, imagine if back then we knew like this friendship would turn into this.
Right.
And be able to sustain like the things that we did. Because I'm an only child. So I didn't, you know, have that. I feel like I missed out on learning how to interact like on a really deep level with certain people at a young age. Like, I wasn't around people, you know, like, I was used to entertaining myself. I didn't really have anyone to talk to. So it's like, anything that I'm going through, I'm like writing it in my diary or whatever. Like, I'm not talking about it with other people. So that in itself is like something that you have to grow. Like, you have to grow into that. I'm like, I tell this girl any and everything. I don't care what it is. Like,
yeah, but it took her a minute though. I don't think she's ever realized this, but I've noticed this. When it comes to certain stuff, she's very hesitant to bring it up, because even myself, because it's just like, you don't know how this person is going to react to what you're going to say. So it's like the fear of like judgment, which is why I don't really bring up certain things, because I'm like, I'm wanting to see like how this person may react, and that would determine if I'm going to tell you anything. So when it came to like real personal stuff, it was just like,
I did notice that.
She would like hint at certain things, and then she would actually open up and actually talk about it. So like that one thing, or whatever. one thing or whatever, like you could certain stuff it can be like really embarrassing, you know. So it's just like
that one thing.
Yeah. Because I remember that was like the most vivid thing that I could remember, where it was just like a sense of hesitancy, but it was just like, okay, let me proceed. Let me proceed because it's safe to continue. So just building that trust, because it's just like real recognize real, like
correct.
To be honest. So like you're saying, you have to build that trust and that safeness, whether it's just like I can confide in this person and tell them everything. Like me and her, we're like this. Like literally, you cannot separate these two fingers.
They're stuck
literally
together forever. Melt. We're the same person. I don't know if you guys can tell, but we're literally like the same human,
but opposite.
At the, I don't understand how it works. It's like we're so similar, but then we're polar opposites at the same time. It doesn't make sense, but we're the same at heart. It's weird.
It is.
It's like when you find your other half, man. It's like, you know, it's just like
telling you.
I don't know what to say. And I just be like, I don't know if everybody like has that kind of relationship, you know? It's just like at this point in life, anything go. We talk about any and everything. It don't matter. It doesn't matter.
Literally. And I'm surprised because
it doesn't matter.
Like she was saying, like we don't really value friendships in like high school, because I've always wanted to be the type to be like, oh, I want to have like a best friend I've known since like middle school, X, Y, and Z. Like we're in it forever type of thing. But I'm from Arkansas, so I had my set of friends. I had my best friends at the time, but once you move, that kind of like fades out, because it's just like, I'm really young, X, Y, and Z, didn't really keep in contact. I mean, we're friends on Facebook and whatnot, but it's just not the same. So when I got here, it's just like, okay, I started from middle school, but I didn't meet Kori till like high school type of thing, and it just went up from there. So when I did go to college, and like, y'all know, like when you don't speak to your friends, you be like, okay, we obviously not gonna be friends no more because we not talking like how we supposed to.
Please.
I was like that with them, because it's just like, okay, all right,
please.
Nah, I gotta make new friends. Now I gotta do X, Y, and Z. Please. And I was starting to appreciate like my friends in college, because I'm just like, they're here and they're not. So I was already in the mindset of like, man,
were you really in that mindset?
I was.
Oh
like,
my god!
If I was to come back home, it's just like I don't have no friends. Like,
oh my god,
Kori's all the way in Savannah. Jacob and Kim was at freaking Georgia State, and I wasn't talking to any of y'all. Yeah, so I was just like, bro, when I go home, nobody is there. Like, all my friends, everything is in Gwinnett. That's it. But once it was just like everything's mutual, like I had to realize everybody has their own life. Like they're doing what they have to do. That doesn't mean like they just said bump you, forgot about you, X, Y, and Z. It's just like you're gonna get to the point where it's just like
you're so busy,
literally,
and we have to do these things every single day, and it's just like even when we did talk, it's like we can talk, we can listen, but we can't experience the same, like we're not experiencing the same thing. So it's like the conversation's not the same as it was when we were in the same space. But
right. And it was hard to relate, because it's like I don't know your friends at SCAD, you don't know my friends here.
Right.
So it's just like,
what are we talking about?
Exactly. So it was kind of hard to have that conversation. I'm bringing up people and you're like, who? Exactly.
And then both of us have an attitude, because we both got new best friends in college.
Oh God.
Both of us got an attitude. Dead ass. Girl. I'm like,
yeah,
we both got an attitude, because we both popped up with new best friends. I said,
exactly. Went to this party and brought one of her best friends. I was like, no, who the hell is this? Who is this?
We're like, very territorial beings, okay? If anyone calls her best friend, I'm ready to fight.
I got about like 50 million people calling me best friend.
And I'm like, yo, what's really good with this, okay? What's really good? Because the energy is not the same for me. I don't know. But then again, it was like, you had a lot more time on your hands.
I did. I'm a very social person.
I'm like, yo, her phone stay ringing and she stay picking it up. I'm like, decline. I don't want to talk. I'm like, dang, this girl got a whole set of friends. But it's just like, you know, it's an understanding. It's like, okay, yeah, we basically grew up together. So it's like, we're both going to experience different things. We both want each other to kind of get that experience that we went for. So I'm like, look, live it up. make your friends. We made our friends, but nobody has that same spot
Right.
that we have. So, yeah, I think in high school, we just didn't know what life was going to turn into. And I don't think anybody does. But
Yeah.
I feel like now people are more aware that every step of the way is crucial. And when you meet people, it's just like you never know. These people might stick with you. I feel like I didn't have that mindset back then.
Right. And then sometimes the people that longest, you're not going to know them like forever. You're not going to really have that relationship. And it was kind of like hard to accept that. But then it got to a certain point where it's just like, it is what it is.
Hello.
Like,
Let it go.
You just exactly. Sometimes you really gotta let stuff go. Like people say, time means nothing. Like when you meet somebody for like 2 months ago, now you have known each other for like 20 years versus somebody you've known for like 5 years, and that's that. Like, so
people are in your life for a reason and for a season sometimes. So it's just like you really gotta just let things flow.
Take its course.
That's it.
To be honest.
That's it. Did we answer the question? We went on a whole tangent, I feel like, but I think we answered it for the most part.
Devin, I think it's your turn though.
Oops. Whoa.
Yeah, your question, your turn.
What?
What'd you wish you knew back then, huh? Oopsies.
Huh?
Oops.
I mean, academically, I pretty much knew like whatever happened in high school don't even matter. At like 10th grade. So I was like, I still like
high school stays in high school.
I still like put like an effort and stuff into like academics and whatnot. But I was just in class because I was like, I know for a fact like more than half of the stuff I'm never gonna use.
Oh yeah, that's what we learned in high school, baby girl. Don't ask me none of that right now. Calculus, please,
girl,
please.
Pre-calculus,
please.
You know how many times I retook that class?
Please.
In college?
Please.
In college, about 5.
Please. Please.
But yeah, like as far as academics, I pretty much was cool. Like with how I was doing and like whatever was happening. Because I didn't care like what was happening. So as long as I was getting like B's at least, I was straight.
Shoot, I was straight with C's. That's why I had 2.7.
I mean, my mom was tripping about, both of my parents, they were tripping about C's. So I was like, as long as I get a B, I'm cool. But like once I got my first, I think getting my first C in high school and like actually trying in a subject, like I feel like that really humbled me and like got me ready for college.
It hits different, man. It hits different when you actually try and you still can't do it.
Cause like cause like I stayed with my parents sometimes too, and like this one particular time, like when I first got my like first C or whatever, like they like knew how much I prepared for the test and stuff, so they was cool about it, like surprisingly, cause like I ain't never got a C before, so I was like, dang, what's about to happen? But they already knew like I had did my best. So pretty much like as long as you do your best, that's like pretty much the main thing for academics in high school. Just do your best. No matter what you're like doing after. But and then what was the other thing?
Relationships, extracurricular.
So as far as like relationships, I mean, because I don't really talk to that many people from high school either, so.
Be like that sometimes. Shit. Be like that.
And I feel like it don't even really matter, you know what I'm saying?
It don't. It don't. It sure don't. Middle school, high school, it don't.
I'm screaming.
It don't.
I forgot what I was watching, but like there was like it was like a movie or a TV show or something, but there was just like nothing really matters in high school. Cause like that's literally not even like half your life. That's like
seriously
a small percentage of your life.
Yeah.
So like all that don't even.
Right. I'm at freaking puberty. Still trying to figure yourself out.
Still trying to figure this thing out.
So that's pretty much where I was at with like relationships too. I mean, like I had my core group of friends, but like once I lost my friends from like I like lost in contact with my friends from like elementary and middle school. Like, cause I thought those were my friends for like life, and then just like we just all just like went separate ways, and I was like, dang, this is really what life is like.
Yes, correct.
And then just like in high school, I was like, I don't even think it even matter anymore. So
yeah, are you still friends with people from high school? Are they still in contact at least?
I'm in contact.
Mm.
Yeah, cause I mean like, cause like my high school was a magnet school, so it was just like a whole bunch of people from like different areas. So like, I feel like I didn't really like click with a lot of people from my high school.
Yeah.
So, I mean like we was all friends, like we was all like acquaintances and everything, but I just didn't like have like my core, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like it was just either like me or like my friend Ishmael, and like that was it.
Yeah, maybe like that. Literally.
But and then like extracurricular, I feel like the same thing like I said with academics, just do your best in whatever you're doing, and just try different things. Cause I feel like that's definitely a good time to just try and like start to find yourself and like find what you like doing.
Yeah.
Our hookah did.
I still ain't finished our drinks, man.
They gonna get done, but I'm just saying, like,
Show up getting them.
smoke with a vibe. We need more smoke. That's gonna take too long, and that's gonna take way too long. I got questions that you have wrote. Oh, we done with this conversation? We on to the next.
Yeah, let's move on to the next.
Oh shoot! Moving on to the next. What our next was? Gender roles. Oh God. Holy moly. Shaking the table. We shaking the table about these gender roles. I mean, I feel like this is a common thing that people talk about a lot because we're in that point in life. It's like we're not really like in relationships just to be in relationships anymore. It's kind of like we're thinking about the future. We're getting older. We're like going through our 20s are passing us by.
No, for real.
At this point, and you know, what's the goal? What's the end goal? What are we doing? So I feel like we're all like trying to get certain things out of our relationships, or we're trying to learn how to do certain things to be fit for a relationship or whatever. But gender roles. What was the first question? What was the first question? Oh, you said women can't handle the truth. That was that was the topic of discussion. Like,
yeah. So in the comments, I need to know y'all's response. Do y'all think women can't handle the truth?
Like in regards to what though?
In general, like the truth is the truth. Do you feel like a woman can't handle the truth? Based off what they say about women, we're emotional, we're females, like we're just our estrogen is just,
we're kind of like all over the place. So
Exactly.
It's like if you tell us one thing, you don't really know how we're gonna take it, or we could be calm 1 second and then it's like 0 to 100 real quick. So,
So Devin, male's perspective, do you think women can or cannot handle the truth?
I mean, I feel like, well, I don't even know if I can really like answer this question because I haven't really been put in a situation. Because I mean, like these answers are based off of experiences, so I haven't really been in an experience where I've had to like see if someone can handle the truth. You know what I'm saying? I mean, cause like I'm saying, I'm trying to think of like an experience where I've had to like say something.
But technically, it's not like a test. Like you're like, for example, you're testing Kori to see if she could handle the truth. Like if I tell her something, like seeing how she react, not necessarily like in that, but in general, like whether it's just like from what you've heard, what you've seen. It doesn't really have to be like your own personal perspective, like experience or whatever. But in general, do you think women can or cannot handle the truth?
he's on the hot seat,
Oh, man.
guys. He's on the hot seat.
Man.
I'm not looking that way, so you can say whatever you want to say. Look, say whatever's on your heart because I'm not looking over there right now. I'm not giving you the eye right now.
I'm trying to think of like because I mean like I feel so like when you say like can they handle it, like you mean like it will like flip out or like will they be calm about it?
Based on like what society dictates what a woman is and how they react to certain things.
I mean, I feel like they can. So like my answer is based off on like, can they move on from the truth? Because like everybody can like, because everybody's gonna respond to it. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point he's making here. He's on the right track.
Because everybody's gonna respond to how they respond to it. Like nobody likes like jarring like information. So I feel like women can definitely move on. It's just like that initial response. Once they get past that.
Not a bad
So
answer.
I mean, I guess the answer is yes.
Not a bad answer, man. Look. Can I handle the truth?
Can you?
Come on, everybody just needs to sleep on things, you know what I'm saying? Because like you're not gonna feel the same the next day. It's all in the moment. So
shit, I mean, ooh, if it don't get resolved, I'm most definitely gonna feel the same way. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I'm gonna be mad if, depending on what it is and the situation is not.
That's what I'm saying. It really depends on what the truth is.
That's what I'm thinking about. I'm like, what's the truth? Can I handle the truth about what?
Yeah.
Because I just feel like if you put me in a certain
Because there's
situation,
things I can't handle. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, boom. Here's a scenario.
Okay, boom. I'm scared.
Here's a scenario. Typical scenarios in freaking situationships, relationships. Somebody in the relationship is cheating, and somebody has their suspicions, but they're hiding it. It's just like, you might as well just come out and tell me. But I know, I see it my own two eyes that something is going on. So when I confront the situation, let's say I'm in a situation.
Yo, this story is personal.
No,
this is a personal scenario.
It is a personal scenario. However, come on now. So let's say you have your suspicion, like, okay, you know, something's going on or whatever. And then I confront the situation because it's just like, okay, like, why you acting real funny? You moving a certain way, X, Y, and Z. So now I'm asking for the truth. And then let's say whoever tells me the truth and I get upset, depending, especially if you lie. If you lie and I already know the truth, come on, I'm even more upset because why you lie? Because I see it with my own two eyes. So, you think women can handle the truth? Especially if you feel like they don't know. So let's say me and you, Devin. You being sneaky and I see it or whatever. You got your phone like this, flip it upside down because Scam Likely is calling the phone.
Yo,
Scam Likely,
like back Domino's, Pizza Hut, calling the phone.
I'm about to exit
like
the chat.
Listen though.
This girl said,
and you think I don't see you go like this, and then I'm asking you like, why Domino's keep calling you?
I mean, honestly, this question is just like,
I can't with this question.
I feel like the question really don't even matter. I feel like the real question is like, what's your tipping point, or like cause your question is like for the guy. So like you're saying like, how are you gonna feel if I know the truth? You know what I'm saying? It's like that's like what you're asking. So like, you're basically asking me like, how would I feel if you knew that I was cheating? That's basically what you're asking.
Repeat your question one more time.
How does he feel if you knew that he was cheating?
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Because obviously,
that was the scenario.
I feel like
the scenario is I peep game. Okay, that's the scenario. I peep game.
I don't think that it's think it's ever like if the person can handle it or not. I just feel like people don't want to talk about it. Like people don't want to. In that situation, it's just like, yeah, I'm doing what I want to do, and I don't want to talk about it. Like I'm not about to tell you. You know what's going on, and you confront me about it, and I'm gonna still act like I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I'm still gonna act like I don't know what the hell you're talking about because I don't want to tell. Like I feel like it's a lot of like that person doesn't want to own up to it. They don't want to talk about it, and it's just like that's just is what it is. Like
because like I said, everybody can handle the truth. It's just are they handling it in the way that you want them to? That's the thing.
Can women handle the truth? Absolutely, we can. But
Exactly.
it's just like,
me personally,
you can't handle the truth?
No. I don't think, depending on the situation, I don't think anybody can handle the truth. Only because the truth is unexpected. Nobody typically expect people to tell.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I say. Like, the initial reaction. Like, of course, anybody, like, male or female, unless you just got a cold heart, but like, you're gonna feel some type of way, and like, you're not gonna be ready for that in that moment. So like, but if you have time to like actually think about it, then it's just like,
depending on the person, if they have time to think about it, if they think about it, because I've been in plenty of situations where it's just like the truth will be dead in my face or whatever, but really accepting the fact of what it is and being with terms with it is probably like the problem, where it's just like, oh, women are emotional, X, Y, and Z, because we don't want it to be true.
Can we accept the truth?
I mean,
we're going to drink to that. Next question.
At some point, yeah. At some point.
How do we pivot from the talking stage?
Girl, I can't answer that question. I ain't never pivoted. We're going to drink to that.
I'll drink to that too.
I am. Because it's kind of hard depending on like the person you're dealing with, because technically the last relationship I had was high school. That's like junior, senior year, and I was like 5 months. 5 months versus when I was on the talking stage, that lasted like on and off of like 3 years. So it was just like, I'm waiting to pivot because I felt like I wanted to be with this person, X, Y, and Z, but that just never happened. So then I've kind of like always been in the talking stage. So it's just like, what's the issue? What's not why are we not on the same page? Because I like you, you like me, what's the problem? We've gotten to this point, what's the problem? But I've also been like hearing from a lot of people, like, men know like if they want to be with you or not. So I've been like with a lot of people, it's like the whole going with the flow, to the point where it's just like, I'm tired of going with the flow. Like, I'm ready to be in a relationship. You get what I'm saying? Like,
girl,
what does that mean? Because
I don't know what that means.
Because I've heard going with the flow like so many times, to the word where it's just like, first of all, I don't even owe you an explanation.
We need an end goal in mind,
girl. And sometimes like there will be an end goal in the honeymoon stage, but as time continues, like it goes on, you're seeing how this person is, you're going through these situations, that end goal is no longer there, because some people just be focused on the problems, like, and feel like it's just not going to work. So
yeah,
the end goal is most definitely there in the beginning, but depending on like the person, how you handle situations, that end goal is no longer there. So me personally, I'm at a point where it's just like this whole talking stage, like I'm not really interested in talking to anybody like that except for one person. But
shut the hell up.
But that I mean,
why like what? Why did who came up with this? Girl, who came up with this?
It started at the end of high school.
It started in high school.
End of high school.
These people are dating, but these people are only talking. Like, who made that up? We vividly know what that means. Who came up with that?
I mean, if you're only talking and not dating, that means you're just
running
like
your mouth. Running your mouth.
If you're talking, that means it's not official. That's what that means. So it's like you both have free reign to like do whatever you want to do.
No, that's not what that means.
What's the difference?
That is not what that means.
What's the difference then?
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
I get where Devin is coming from.
I can hear what Devin is saying.
What is the difference?
But when we were in high school,
what's the difference?
If we were in high school,
what's the difference?
Stop. Is that the truth? The truth?
In high school,
we're talking about real life.
You're right. Real life.
Girl.
High school ain't real life.
Girl.
In high school, it was most definitely depicted as if we are talking, we're on the same page.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, we're not supposed to be talking to nobody else.
We're not talking to anybody else.
What about right now at this moment?
We're not talking. No.
Like that talking stage out the window.
Oh, so there's no talking stage.
No.
Right
Listen, like I feel like it's not clear of what the talking stage is versus
Wait, so
dating.
No.
Like,
so when you go on like a first date, what is that?
No.
it's a date.
All right, so what's after that?
See?
What's who?
What's after the first date?
See?
The
second
ball,
date.
No, the ball is in your court. Depending on how that first date went. If
All right,
it was
so
bad, that's just that. If it was good, you move forward.
So if it was
into getting
good,
to know that person.
So if it's good, y'all automatically start dating?
Heck no.
All right, so that's the talking stage.
No.
What you mean?
Stop.
No,
That's the talking stage.
All of the terminology that we have
not clear.
adopted is just so unclear.
Very unclear.
Terminology unclear. Okay? Because
Tell me the difference. Tell me
okay.
the difference.
This is what I'm saying. If we're talking, we're talking. And we're not talking to anybody. Stop. If we're talking, and we're not talking to anybody else. That's what that means.
So
if we're dating, we could be dating each other, but we could also be dating other people.
What?
That's what I'm saying. The terminology is unclear. People literally right now are going on dates with multiple people. And that's why I'm like, I don't even, like, me and Devin are not dating. Like, I don't be like, oh yeah, we're dating. We're not dating. We're in a relationship. We are not dating. Okay? We're not out here trying to get to know each other, trying to see if this is something that we want. We're in a relationship. So I feel like people interchange these terms so loosely. I'm like, it's not the same thing. Like, people literally say, oh, we're dating. They're dating this person. They're going out casually with this person. We're not going home with them. We're literally out in public with this person.
So what you're saying
and
is,
then I might be out in public with somebody else the next day.
So what I said for talking is what you say is for dating. That's basically what I said.
No.
I said, so what's after? What's after?
Because you said we could be talking to other people.
Yeah.
You're correct. Yes.
All right, so that's dating.
Correct.
All right.
Yes. Talking for me, I'm talking to one person. Like, I never was like in the talking stage with multiple people at one time. Because for me, in the talking stage, we're working up to that end goal. Like, I'm not about to be working up to that end goal with multiple different people. Like,
so really, phase 1 is dating.
Correct.
Phase 2 is talking.
Yes.
Phase 3, we in a relationship.
Precisely.
Phase 4, boom.
All right, so we got the same idea. We're just using different words.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. The terminology, unclear. Who came up with this shit? Unclear.
All of us. Sure.
So you can date multiple people, but you can't talk to multiple people.
Correct. Gotcha. Yes. Absolutely. In my opinion, because like right now, I mean, I've never been that kind of person. I don't think I was ever that person to be like dating. Like, I never went to that stage. Like, I'm not pursuing multiple different people at one time. I'm not entertaining multiple different people at one time. That's just me. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not going to the movies with you one weekend and next weekend I'm at the movies with another nigga. I'm not doing that.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it's different. Like, at the age we're in now.
Correct.
Yeah, most definitely, because like I've been on dating apps or whatever, and actually going on dates with people, because I've never went on a date. And even like with high school, like guys who want to take me out on dates, I'm like, no, because I had the mindset of like, if I go on this date with you, you're going to feel entitled that I owe you something because you took me out. That's honestly the main reason why I've never went out on dates with men, because it's just like, I don't want you to feel like I now have to give you something in return. So dating for me has always been like, nah, I'm good, because I had a lot of male friends. I've always hung out with guys or whatever. So I saw how they move, how they operate. And I'm just like, I'm not really feeling that. So I'm just like, no. So now, when I got onto dating apps, it was just like, the conversation really wouldn't get far, because then I started to realize like I have conversational standards. Like if you're not really meeting up to my needs on a conversational level, we're never going to get to a date, because obviously you can't talk about anything. Like, you're constantly asking me, what are you doing? Like,
that's my thing. I feel like dating, I feel like that whole thing is for people that you don't know. And I feel like when we start talking to people, these are people that we got a crush on this person, we like this person is here, you know, we're friends or whatever. We can kind of tell it's a little bit more than that, whatever. So the talk, I feel like that's the difference. And when it's a date, it's like, I'm trying to learn this. I'm meeting new people. I'm trying to learn people. I'm trying to see, you know, if there's any potential in this person.
Yeah, that don't get far with me.
But yeah,
I don't know. I just feel like I'm very particular about certain things. Like I've been on some bad dates. I ain't even gonna lie. Like
I can't relate.
for real. Like I would just be so like skeptical. Like y'all, let me tell you about this one date.
Oh God.
This man wanted to take me out to eat, go to the movies. I'm like, okay, cool. We did that. It got to the movies. First of all, I don't know why people feel like it's okay to put your hand on my thigh. Don't do that. Do not do that.
At
like,
the movies, though?
No, we in the car. We in the car. You gonna do that like just so casually? I'm like,
I'm about to say the movies. That's like the main thing right there, man.
let me tell you, we gonna get to the movies. You gonna do that so off rip? I'm like, I'm already not feeling you because it's just like. I don't know you, so why are you touching me?
Right.
For one.
Like that. Why are you touching me like that?
Dang. I promise you there was no day after that. Ghosted. Okay?
This is the first day and you got your hand right here?
In the car? That's crazy.
Ghosted. Okay? Got to the movies. Got to the movies. I forgot what movie we were watching. Matter of fact, it was the movie with one of the superheroes, but the female one. What was that? I don't know what
Wonder
it was.
Woman?
No. I don't think.
Girl, I don't know. Next.
Devin might know. Sure. But that man fell asleep. He fell asleep.
Dang.
Snoring and everything. Yes.
Dang.
Fell asleep during the movies and you snoring. So I'm already sitting here like, you didn't touch me. You didn't fell asleep.
I'm out. I'm out of here. I would have left right then and there. You sleep?
On the first
I'm gonna leave you sleep right here.
I understand you didn't caught the itis, but come on now. Like, you're literally taking me out on a date.
Would this man have a full course meal?
No, not that I can remember. You fall asleep.
You see how we used to do movies then dinner? Back in the day.
I don't got them dinner movies. Like, you fall asleep. That's why I don't go on dates, because it's just like,
yeah,
you really gonna fall asleep.
Let me tell you something.
And then you snoring.
I have never been a movie person. I don't want to go to the movies as a quote unquote date. I don't want to do that. We can't talk. We can't say anything. We just in this dark ass room together. You real close to me. I'm real close to you. That just sounds like only two things can happen. I don't got time for that. That's not a date. That's not a date for me.
Exactly.
Either you gonna be asleep, like you said, or we gonna be doing some stuff that we ain't got no business doing up in the movies. Like,
exactly. That's why I'm just like,
I don't. And to this day, you can ask Devin right now. Devin, who's trying to go to the movies? I am not with the shits. Devin, can you vouch for that? Literally, I feel like that's one thing about me that he's just like, damn, this bitch don't never want to go to the movies. I don't ever want to go because I'm just like, how are we really like spending time with each other? We can't interact. We're not supposed to be talking. We're not supposed to be, saying anything. I'm like, when we're at home watching TV or watching movies, we have our little commentary, whatever. We in this space with all these people. We can't talk. We can't, like, what's the fun in that? Like, what is the fun in going to the movies? So, yeah, no. If it was a movie date for me, I would have been like, yeah, it's already a dub for me. Like, if you asked me to the movies, I mean, back in the day, like in high school, that used to be the hangout spot, obviously. But today, no.
Yeah, no. So really dating for me, I don't really get to that dating point, like that phase one. Because I don't know, I don't even think my expectations were high. I just want you to talk to me.
Yeah.
Let's have a conversation because I personally feel like when it comes to the whole tell me about yourself, do not ask me to tell you about myself because one, to me, that shows that you're not interested to get to know me because you're not engaging.
Asking questions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're not engaging in conversation to be like, oh, and don't ask me the typical, where you from?
Like, what am I supposed to say?
Okay, I'm going to tell you where you're from. You're going to tell me where you're from. Okay, next.
I mean, those are like conversation starters, though. Because what if y'all from the same place?
2021, it don't get further than that. Where you from? What you doing? That's the next question. I promise you, Devin, from personal experience. And people are going to say, oh, it's the guy that you talk to.
He said, I don't know.
I'm just saying. But that's typically how it goes. Like, I feel like a lot of people, I'm not even going to say men because it's also women too. They don't know how to engage in conversation because it's just like, you don't want to ask too many questions because it seems like you're trying too hard. Or the person's going to be like, why are you asking me so many questions? Like, why do you want to know this? Because I used to be that person. Like, why are you asking me so many questions? Because I used to be so closed off. I was so used to listening to people, but not having people to listen to me. So I wasn't I didn't want to open up to people, especially if I didn't know you.
So what's a good conversation starter for you on the first date? Like, what?
On a first date, like I said, I don't go on those, so that's hard.
I'm sitting over here like, girl, I can't help you.
Conversation.
Shit.
I don't know, like.
Cause I mean, like, cause they don't know anything about you, so like, than your appearance. So like,
I just feel like sometimes it gets really awkward because people don't really know how to like keep a conversation going. It's like we have our questions and then we hit a brick wall, and you kind of feel like
sitting there in silence.
You want it to be natural, you want it to flow, and you feel like if you really have a connection with someone, y'all will just like keep talking and won't be awkward.
Yeah, that just means you don't have a connection with them. So I mean, that's just how.
That's true because
that's just it. I mean,
because I mean, like the way the conversation started, it really don't matter. I mean, what they can do after that's what matters.
It's just like niggas these days like to hit you with the WYD, and I just know that from just listening to it from multiple different people. So I don't know why y'all always want to know what the hell we're doing, because we're really just sitting here waiting for y'all to say something else.
Yeah, because I literally told this one person. He was in my DMs too, want my number. So I was like, okay, gave him my number, whatever. The conversation was real cool in the beginning. Like, I feel like a conversation with me, like, I like to joke around. I have, like, a smart mouth, X, Y, and Z. I'm very sarcastic. So if you can match my energy, great. And then, because I feel like questions down, like, as we're getting to know each other is great because the conversation is still going rather than presenting all the questions at once. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Then it's just like we kind of like
placement.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
feel you
exactly. So this guy or whatever, I gave him my number. He asked me, "What are you doing?" I'm honestly at a point where I'm just like tired of hearing that question. So I said, "Can you ask me another question?" Because at that point, you're asking me, "What are you doing?" Because you have nothing to talk about. You're not interested in getting to know me. You just want to know what I'm doing. And then you want me to pull up on you. I don't know you from a can of paint. Why do you want me to pull up on you and you want to cuddle all this stuff? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense.
No.
Yeah.
So I just stopped texting. Because at that point, because one, his response, he laughed. Mm-hmm. What the hell are you laughing at? What was so funny when I said, "Can you ask me another question?"
Because I just feel like that's just normal. It's just normal combo nowadays. I don't know why. Because we're never doing shit. I mean, working. I mean, and it's just like, we do the same shit every day. So, and you going to ask me that every day?
Literally. It gets to the point where it's like you're constantly, yes, it's either WID.
Because it's like
how's your day?
Like you said, it's a proceeding to like, oh, you're not doing anything, pull up. And it's like, yeah, no, because.
Yeah, that's not happening.
I don't want to do that.
Not happening.
We're not even talking about anything right now. It's going to be hella awkward when I get there, so.
Exactly. Now,
yikes.
My younger, like when I was younger, didn't know no better. That's all we
used to say, literally.
Yeah. Like, I'm not going to lie. I liked attention, X, Y, and Z, like, texting, like, like so many people, X, Y, and Z, having people come to my room.
In high school. I mean, middle school.
Girl, no, this was like my beginning years of like college.
Oh, shit.
Type shit. Like, I was feeding into the attention, X, Y, and Z. Because, I mean, high school was like, okay. But, like, once I got to college, it's like, oh, okay. Okay, we working with something now. But
listen.
Then as I got older, it was just like, I don't really crave that same attention because it's just like, everybody's intentions are not there. Like, they're not the same as yours. So it's just like, why continue something knowing that the intent, we're both just not on the same page. So I'm not even going to waste my time. Like, I just got to the point where it's just like, if you're not beneficial, and it doesn't have to be in like a certain situation. Like, if I'm not benefiting from anything, it's just like, what's the point?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, back to the question at hand. I mean,
girl, I forgot the question at that point.
How do we pivot from the talking stage? This bitch doesn't.
Oh yeah, I can't answer that question.
Wait, so if there's no talking stage, then what happens?
Nothing.
We're
not talking to anybody.
You move the hell on.
Next caller.
Move on from what if there's no talking stage?
The person.
The date.
So if we're
the first
talking,
combo.
If we're talking whatever and it doesn't pivot into a relationship, why are we still talking? Like I've said, I've been talking to a person on and off for 3 years. It didn't go nowhere. it got to the point where like certain things had to happen where I had to realize that there's no place for me to continue to talk to you, because at that point we're only talking to each other for certain reasons, you know,
certain reasons,
grown folk stuff. Like that's the only reason why we're talking. It gets to the point where it's just like,
it's not worth it.
This all we gonna do?
Yeah, it's not worth it.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like,
yeah,
you can either keep doing what you want to do, cool, but at some point, when are you going to move on and actually be invested in somebody who wants to pivot into a relationship? So you just move the hell on.
So, all right. So,
like, if it work, it work. If it don't, it don't.
So, after you go on your first date, what's like
most
the
of the time? It don't even really start off like that, though. What? For real.
Yeah, it for me, visually.
Yeah, it don't start off like that.
It's just like conversations, cool. We start arranging like a first date. Boom. Hopefully I go to the goddamn date. But let's go on the date, because I'll be lying.
All right, so let's say you go on the date. So how long after that date does like either party have to like make it official with you?
I can't answer that.
Official? Damn.
I cannot answer that.
How many dates do you have to go on before it's like, oh yeah, you want to be in a relationship?
That's what I'm saying. So like, if there's no talking stage, then how do you even like?
No. There's still a talking stage, because let's say you go on like
we're talking
dates.
about pivoting from the talking stage. So it's like,
but she said she don't even want to go to the talking stage. So
no, it's just like I've never been able to go from the talking stage into a relationship, like for who knows how long. I've always been in the talking stage. So how I move past the talking stage, it's just like I move the hell on. Like if it doesn't work with this person, I'm going to get to know somebody else. You get what I'm saying? And if that doesn't work, I'm going to get to know somebody else. I move the hell on. So now to answer your question, let's say how many days does it take to actually boom talking stage, boom like relationship? One, can't answer that question. But say like
realistic, ideally,
let's say like 5 days, whatever. You're like, okay, you know, I'm really liking this person, X, Y, and Z. Y'all start getting to know each other, because at the same time while you're going on the dates, although you have your options, you're going to like either, let's say there's 5 guys, you're probably going to like two the most. You're going to have like top 2 to 3 the most, or whatever. Then they're going to start falling off. Then you're going to have that one.
Oh my God.
Like, okay, I really like him. Like we have the most in common.
Oh
we
Lord.
really vibe, X, Y, and Z. So then y'all agree, like, okay, you know, I want to continue to get to know you, X, Y, and Z. And then boom, y'all start dating. Ideally, hell.
Makes sense.
Shit.
Cause shit, I've had a goddamn favorites now.
Favorites.
But it don't work out in my favor.
I don't know if I can give no input on this question.
I know I can't. It's 5 a.m.
Bruh, my watch went off and it was
it's
like, dang, it's
5?
4 or something.
It's because this was how I'm supposed to wake up. That was my wake up sound.
Oh shit.
5 a.m.
I
How
said
long
the
we been
same
running
thing
our
when my
mouth?
alarm went off.
Good morning to you.
This is probably about 2 hours.
Has it been that long?
Yeah, we already at 119, man.
Oh, I'm about to say it hasn't been no 2 hours. Man. How to pivot from the talking stage?
I feel like.
Yeah, what you feel like?
Yeah.
What do you feel like? I want to hear.
Dang, why you gotta say it like that, man?
Because I want to hear what you about to say.
I feel like whenever you catch yourself, like to get past the talking stage, whenever you catch yourself catching feelings for that person, just like go ahead and like acknowledge it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like with the person. And so then at that point, either they can say, yeah, I want to go with this, or like, no, and then you move on from that.
That's facts. Because
Is that what you did?
Well, you know what happened, man.
You know what happened, man. Come on now. Let's not play.
It's something in my eye.
He said, come on now. Let's not put on this spot.
I just wanted to know.
By like 24.
He just said that so confidently. I'm like, is that what
What did I
happened?
say? Confidence is key.
Is that what happened though? No.
It's
No.
I mean, you helped me realize it.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Let's just, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you helped me realize it.
Oh, great. What you about to say?
Who, me?
Yeah, you were saying something, right? No?
I forgot. I forgot. I ain't even gonna lie. I don't know. Devin has said something, and I was about to be like,
I'm eating anything.
I just said, like, whenever you catch feelings.
Catching feelings.
Yeah. Whenever you feel yourself, whenever you have to ask yourself, whenever you have to ask yourself, what is this? Like, just ask yourself that feelings? First. Yeah. And then, like, when you decide what this is, then just let the other person know.
You better hope you can figure out what it is.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, it really depends on you.
And the other person. Because...
Yeah. It depends on you and the other person. Whoever brings it up first.
Who brought it up first?
You brought it up first, man. Is that what you're waiting on?
You brought it up first. Yeah, that's what she wanted.
I was wondering what happened, because he was saying it's like...
I'm just saying, whoever brings it up first, like, whenever that conversation comes up, then there's only two options.
So what if the conversation comes up, you tell Kori, I like you, or whatever, Kori doesn't feel the same way. What happens?
That's it, bro. Like, what? What you mean?
That's facts. You move the hell on.
Exactly.
That's it, bro.
You move the hell on. I know that's right.
Like, what?
I know that's right.
Do y'all feel as though we can have multiple soulmates?
Yeah.
Same.
Because, like, everybody has a connection on a different level, man.
Yeah, I feel that. I do.
I ain't got nothing else. Yeah, that was a straightforward answer. I was gonna have a follow-up.
I feel like me and you are soulmates.
Me too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, everybody has a connection on a different level. So just like, if that connection is super strong, then I was trying to get around it, but my bracelet hit it.
Yo, y'all gotta watch the visuals.
I just looked over like, what the hell was that?
Y'all gotta watch the visuals.
I just heard the sound and I didn't know what was happening.
Please watch the visuals.
They see me. They can see me. That's the point.
Yeah, like, what the heck?
That's your point.
Yeah,
what the hell was that?
Yeah, like a lot of connections. They're super strong. And like, you know what I'm saying.
So we have multiple soulmates. Like,
I feel so.
Both genders. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I agree with that. Valid. That was a valid question. I think I saw that on social media recently.
I see it. I hear it. Because I've never really thought about it, to be honest. I never really like...
I mean, yeah, when you don't think of soulmates as like a...
lifelong commitment, once in a lifetime, never happening again. That's how I think of soulmates.
Well, that too. Because like, a lot of people think soulmates is just one. Like, I mean, it is rare. Because like, some people don't even find any other soulmates. So... But this,
better find mine.
A sad life.
I know you out there.
But that's what I'm saying. But like, there's definitely.
It was empty. It was a little sip.
There's definitely room to have multiple, like more than one. So
the straw is not getting all of it out. That's what I said. I had to throw that back real quick. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Chat. The talking stage.
Ciao. I ain't got nothing to say about that talking stage. I'm over it. I know that.
All right, so Zarea.
Oh God.
Damn.
What?
Same. I said, oh God. We said it at the same time.
What's a rec? Like, give me like, I'm pretty sure there's more. But give me like 5 good like red flags from a guy.
Shit.
Dang, 5 red flags?
Yeah.
I could help you out.
5 red flags.
You already done said one.
What was that?
We moving our hand way too. We moving our hand. No. We're moving our hand way too fast.
That too. Yes, moving the hands way too fast.
Yeah.
Presenting like adult activities, like being real intimate, sexual, like because
too soon.
Yeah, but I can't really say that because John Legend and his wife, it was like literally a one night stand, and now look at them, they're married, have kids, in love.
I mean, it just
I mean,
depends on
a
the person.
one night stand is different. That's like we are the same. Like we're on the same. We're at the same energy. If it's a one night stand, in my opinion, it's like we both have that energy right now.
Yeah, intent to do what we gotta do, and that's it.
No, I mean it's not always like that though.
That's what a one night stand is, though.
But do you go into it knowing that it's gonna be a one night stand?
Depending
It depends.
On how it went, yes.
Okay. All right.
From speaking, if my mother watches this, oh God, I apologize. Speaking from personal experiences,
I hate you so much.
I'm just saying, like,
just saying.
Mom, don't watch episode 32. Speaking from personal experiences, like depending on like how it is, if it's not good, it's not happening again. Like,
oh, for sure. But I mean, like. Do you just wake up and be like, oh, I'm about to go out, if we just having a one night stand and that's it? Like, is that like a premeditated thing, or does it just happen? Like, you just,
I mean, shit, if I got my system, it's gonna happen. You bold, I'm bold.
That's not what I'm saying.
That's what happens at like clubs.
That's
people like,
not what I'm saying.
What are you saying?
That's not what I'm saying.
I'm saying that's what happens at clubs. Like you be at clubs.
Very
like,
premeditated the way you're presenting it right now. It
Not
sounds like
necessarily.
I woke up today and I knew that this is what I was gonna do. If I end up in a place, if I end up at a place at a certain time and this person has this energy and I have that energy, okay, cool. I don't know when we about to start doing this that it's gonna be bad. I don't know that until it's over.
It's not even just that though. It's just like sometimes like there are nights where you would have it.
You know when it comes to foreplay, if it's gonna be good or not.
Not even
Stop.
that. I'm just talking about one night stands in general. Like sometimes you'll know if it's a one night stand. Like
yeah, but I wouldn't
Before
say
it happens?
it's like
yeah.
I wouldn't say it's premeditated or like wake up like the intent that I'm about to have a one night stand, because let's say like I go to the club or whatever. I'm not going to the club and be like, yeah, I'm finna find me the second finest thing.
Correct.
I might not get the finest thing, but I might get the second finest thing.
Right.
But I don't go to the club thinking like, oh yeah, let me see what I can find and then bring you home. No, I'm going to the club because I'm never gonna go by myself. I'm either going with my friends to have fun.
Correct.
But if I'm drinking or whatever with my friends X, Y, and Z, I'm peeping somebody, they peeping me. Oh, what's up? Like, you know. And if it happens, oh my God.
If it happens, but...
Yeah. But I wouldn't say it's premeditated because...
Listen, I feel like I wouldn't know it was a one-night stand until it was over.
I mean, I feel like guys have a different perspective because, like, what you're saying is you will always go into it.
What if it was good? Just like John and Christy said, oh, that was good. Oh, we gon', I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you.
You're saying you wouldn't go into it like always being optimistic about it. I feel like guys, they would go into it like, oh, I just want to do this for one night.
Yeah, guys.
Because like we go into it like with that mentality, and then we'd be surprised if it. Then we'd be surprised how good it is, or like that next day. And then you're saying like you would be surprised if it's bad.
I digress.
If that shit bad, it ain't happening again.
Obviously.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna lie.
You done went into it with that mentality. Understood. I guess I'm just not that girl.
You don't want to be. You do not.
I just guess
I'm telling you, because like when it comes to
I ain't never experienced that one.
Girl, Miss Girl.
Next caller.
Like,
next topic.
No, like I feel like for like if it's bad or whatever, obviously that's just gonna be like a one night stand. It's just we did it once and that was it. Like that's how I look at it. It was one and done.
Yeah.
But nah, if it's good, I'm not gonna be the one to hit you up and be like,
next caller.
Because I don't want to just come off like, oh, you know. But if you hit me up, I'm like, shit.
You know what?
I feel like guys could be the same way. Like,
of course.
Yeah. If it's good, that shit gonna catch my in love now. Shoot.
Let's be together forever.
Yeah, let's get married. They might
Let's get married.
I love you.
Let's get married. Oh God, not the I love you on the first date. Oh Lord, another red flag. Another motherfucking red flag. I love you in the first week. Next.
You sure did ask that question. And
Next.
I forgot.
Next.
I
I love you in the first week.
Okay. I wouldn't say like the first week, but like moving like so fast where it's just like,
where do people be finding these connections? They're like, oh my God, like, do you feel? I'm like, what are you feeling that I don't feel right now?
You know how many times I could have been married?
Oh man.
Correct.
You know how many times? Yes, Devin. I've been saying, oh, I will wife you, your wife. I'm gonna make you my wife, and da 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 da. Where is that? Where is it? Because it's not on.
I mean, they just thirsty.
Thirsty.
Literally, they were like, oh, I want to be with you, X, Y, and Z. How do you know that?
Girl.
How do you know that? What do you know about me?
Cause you don't love me.
Literally. So that's another one.
Period.
A red flag. Moving way too fast. Like,
yeah.
that would turn me off.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly. Because I'm just like, no.
Slow
I don't
it
feel
down.
the same way.
Let's reel it back in.
Literally.
Wait, so would you ever do one of those shows where like
no.
you go
No. Mm-mm. Nope.
Okay.
I'm not doing Love is Blind.
Yeah, like
I'm not doing Married at First Sight either. Hell no.
I feel like you said you would, like when we was watching it.
Married at First Sight?
At First Sight?
Yeah.
The Married at First Sight?
I don't know that. What is that? What was that on Netflix? Love is Blind.
Yeah, Love is Blind.
That one.
Like, were you talking to him, but you can't see him?
That
until,
one was
like get married?
That
That's
one.
Crazy.
I would have at least considered that one, but the Married at First Sight.
I gotta see you first, man.
I have to.
I gotta see you first. I got to.
But if I had to choose between the two, I would do Love is Blind before Married at First Sight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
I at least need a little bit of conversation.
Wait. What's the difference between Married at First Sight?
Married at First Sight.
You go on the first date and then.
No, Married at First Sight. You don't know who this person is. You don't know their name.
Did you talk to him?
You don't know who this person is. You've never talked to them. You don't know their name. You don't know anything about them. You don't know where they're from, about their background. You don't know anything. You don't see that. You don't meet that person until y'all are walking down the aisle to say I do. No.
So they just put you together? You don't even...
They just match you together. It's an arranged...
Yeah.
It's an arranged marriage. Like, you don't...
So you don't know anything about that person?
No. They didn't know what their last name was gonna be until they said, I now pronounce you husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. blah, blah, blah. Like, they didn't even know what their last name was at that moment. Like,
no.
So they just trusted the producers or whatever to match them?
The experts. The experts.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, if I had to choose between... I didn't know
that was the premise of the show.
What? That's why I was so into this damn show. I was laughing my ass off. I'm like, yo, can you imagine? You don't know what this person looks like. You don't know how tall they are. You don't even know their name. At least on Love is Blind, you know their name. You know what their voice sounds like. You know, I'm like, you know their whole life story on Love is Blind. Person, and I don't even know what his voice sound like. And then I don't know what he looked like. I don't even know his name. I don't know his last name. And now his last name is my last name. Like, what?
Nah, he gonna have to take mine.
Can't fulfill.
You're gonna have to take mine because God forbid his last name ugly.
Hello. That's why I'm like,
mine ain't no.
They're like, oh my God, yay, Mrs. Thompson or whatever. I'm like, yo, can you imagine? Like, I'm in a whole wedding dress. Like, my family is here. I'm looking goofy because I don't know if this person's gonna be cute when I get down the aisle, and I can't hide shit on my face. I'm like, y'all don't want to put me up there.
Even like Love is Blind too. You don't know if they're cute, but I feel like if I was on Love is Blind, like,
girl, they went through the whole thing and then did not say I do at the end.
Yeah, I'm like a
maybe like that.
Like a waste of my time. I'm like, at least Married at First Sight, we get married and we gonna try this marriage thing out.
No.
I think only 2 people got married off of Love is Blind, but I don't feel like the whole thing that they went through, like getting to know people. I don't know. Maybe I'm a hopeless romantic, but I'd probably fall in love with everybody. Like, okay, cool. You know, whatever.
We need
once,
FaceTime.
But yeah, like, I have to see what you look like because the first thing I'm going to look at
is your face and your teeth. It's the teeth. I know her. Yeah,
it is because I'm gonna be looking like, like,
yep.
But I mean, I've kind of like grown past teeth to a certain degree. Like, I used to not like gaps. If you had a gap, over it. No. But I made some exceptions. I'm not even gonna lie.
They
I've
can't
made
put on
some
braces.
caller.
Like,
I could tell them to get braces. Now me, they gonna get braces. They gonna be like, who gonna pay for it? Because it ain't me. Your insurance if you got some.
I'm screaming.
Because that's really what I'm gonna look at is the teeth.
We used to, you realize like how like we used to be so about like it's just everything was about a visual. Like you had to look the part.
I can't relate because
You had to look
all
the
the people
part.
I talked to was ugly.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm not gonna lie, they were not
Dang.
the cutest. Majority
I'm
of
talking about like the people that were like, oh my god, like not the people that we actually talk to. Because bitch, if we want to go there, then
oops,
all the people we talk to,
yeah, majority of the people I
were not the ones that we were crushing on. Exactly.
It's
Wait,
so crazy.
y'all didn't have confidence.
What? The people that we ended up dating were not the people that we were crushing on.
Not at all.
Not at all.
But typically, like the people that like I crush on,
Not for us.
I feel like it's just so out of my league.
Exactly.
Like,
Not for us.
like the fine, like I know
fine
I'm
niggas.
attractive, but the
Them cute-
attractive ones,
Them
like the
cute ones in
fine
high school, we were like, ooh. Yeah.
girl, they not cute no more.
Absolutely not. That's the crazy. Yo,
Not cute no more.
what movie is that? What 13 going on 30?
Mm-hmm.
Do not, please, anybody listening to this, please, do not sleep on the ugly ones in high school because they blossom.
Bro, this is why I say high school don't matter, bro.
They fucking
Like,
blossom.
nothing in high school matter at all.
They blossom.
Honestly.
All right. Like, even us, bitch.
Yeah, I wasn't that cute.
I'm looking back like,
I feel like I was okay. I feel like I was okay, but
them guys that we used to be drooling over in high school, ugly as shit now. Ugly.
Yo,
That's
I remember
We're like...
no, seriously.
We're not even giving them the time of day right now. Like, y'all not even cute no more. What happened? Y'all went in the opposite direction.
I don't even, in high school, they was never cute. Unfortunately.
Oh, man.
Like, for real, I would say some are decent at its best. Decent at its best. Now, it's just like, how? Was I desperate? Like, what was I liking? Because I'm confused. But again, I
don't think that.
I was okay. Okay looking, But a lot of people, which is another reason why I didn't really care for relationships or like the whole dating and talking thing, is because in high school, I had like a lot of hair or whatever. Like it was long, curly, X, Y, and Z until I started cutting that bitch. But I kept hearing like, oh, if we were to have kids, our kids would have good hair.
Oh,
our kids
God.
would have good hair. I would hear that so much to the point where it's just like,
get the hell out of here.
Is that the only thing you see?
Right.
Is this hair on my head?
Why are we thinking about kids in high school? Come on. Let's move past it.
Hello.
Please.
Then they already got kids. But
more than me.
That was like
three
another
of them.
reason. Like, I was just like, I don't really care for relationships, X, Y, and Z, because you want the hair on my head. That's it. That's it. I give you a kid right now, I'll walk out. But as long as the baby got good hair, hoping that the baby get good hair.
Girl.
It's 50-50 chance.
Girl.
To be honest.
That's
like,
high school was a wild time, man. It was
girl.
a wild time, but cherish every moment of it.
Sure do.
Literally that.
I'm glad I started makeup early. Cause y'all,
we used to be down bad in high school.
sure was. I have to pull up some pictures right now and have Devin included.
We're not gonna do that. No.
Look at it.
We're not gonna do that. It was just, we were just down bad. It's okay.
Yeah. But I mean, still work in progress.
Girl.
Work in progress.
We have blossomed along with other people that have blossomed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, one thing that you wish you knew in high school, don't sleep on the ugly ones.
Uh-huh. Oh my gosh, I'm thinking back on the people I thought were so cute. Like
they're so not right now. It's like
I had a crush on them, like
really flabbergasting.
Like a heavy crush. Like,
correct.
Oh my gosh, fangirling type.
Yes, we all did that shit.
Oh,
and they look real goofy right now. No cap.
That is crazy.
No cap.
Yeah, peaking in high school is a real thing, man.
Glad I got past high school.
I'm screaming.
Shoot.
These were great questions. Are there any more questions? We've been talking for a while, so like eventually
that could be. But the question is, y'all want to keep talking?
Producer,
I mean, we at like 140 right now.
we're done.
I would say because.
What else you got?
Oh, you think I got some more?
Oh, you just said. I thought you were saying that like you had another thing that you wanted to share.
Like, baby, I would have stopped at like.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like,
minutes.
I think we're pretty good. I think our convo went where we wanted it to go.
Like and comment and subscribe for part 2.
Part 2 next week, episode 30.
Okay.
I was screaming. Wow. A conversation, you know. I feel like this is always a fun topic, talking about relationships and like our expectation. We didn't really talk about that. We didn't even get into that. Maybe we'll just save that for it. We didn't even talk about gender roles. I'm like, dang, maybe we'll save that for a whole nother episode because we thought we was going to talk about that. We started talking about relationships, talking stages, all that stuff. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. We love you guys. It's been real. It's been lit. What time is it now? 5:23 in the morning. And we haven't been asleep yet. I love documenting moments like this because it's like when you look back, you're like, what time was it when y'all were filming?
Yo.
The dedication. Anyways, thank y'all for tuning in. Okay, make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you're watching it on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. We are on the road to 24,000 subscribers. I'm so excited. Make sure you follow the podcast on all the podcast platforms. Leave me a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts. Make sure you follow Zarea on Instagram, YouTube now, because it's a YouTuber now. Okay.
A fool.
Follow Devin and Devin Gaston Productions. All the links will be down below. Make sure you shop Smudge Cosmetics, the secret sauce. Get your formula book, girl. Get your lip gloss. Get everything you need. All my businesses, all my Instagrams, everything down below. And I will see you guys in episode 33. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy to say. 33? Dang. It's been a long time coming. See you guys in episode 33.
Peace out.
Bye.